That's crazy.
Hey guys, so first things first, we want to set oven temperature to 425. Now I do apologize because I didn't notice my hands was covering the camera, so I'm very sorry. Okay, so we want to have 2 donut pans preferably because this recipe does make 12 donuts. And then you just want to go in and spray them with nonstick oil spray and set those aside. Okay, so now we're going to get into the good part and we're going to make our glaze. So after you set your oven temperature and you spray your donut pan, the next thing you want to do is make your glaze because that does have to sit for 20 minutes, guys. So, like any normal person, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my cereal first and then I'm going to go in with my milk because clearly I'm not a psychopath. So, if you do go in with your milk and then your cereal, you're a psychopath. I'm just here to tell you the honest truth. Okay, so now we're going with the milk, and I did use lactate because unfortunately I am lactose intolerant. I cannot afford to be drinking regular milk because I just don't want to be in pain while I'm eating some good food, you know? So, we're going to go in with that. And in case any of you guys was wondering, it tastes exactly the same as regular milk. It just does not have the lactose sugar in it. That's the only thing it doesn't have, and it doesn't make a difference in this recipe, so just want to let you guys know that. Okay, so now we want to let that sit for 20 minutes. So if you want, you can set a timer for 20 minutes. Now once your timer is up, you really want to just strain and reserve the milk. The only thing you're keeping is the milk for the glaze. You don't have to keep the cereal part. You can throw that away. Don't have to keep that. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to make my batter. Now I'm going to go with some all-purpose flour, guys. Okay, so now after we have our all-purpose flour in, we're going to go in with our cereal, which was finely grinded into like a powder texture kind of thing. Now you can do this in a food processor, a blender, or you can even do this by hand with a knife. I would definitely not recommend that last part because that takes forever and ain't nobody got time for that. So yeah, definitely a food processor or a blender. Now as you can see, I'm going in with some baking powder now. So once you got your all-purpose flour, your cereal, next you're going to go in with some baking powder. So now we are going to go in with our baking soda. I got baking soda. Next, we are going to go in with our salt because some of you people be salty and you need some water. Do not come for my singing, guys. Like, just stop. I know I can't sing. So now once all your dry ingredients are in, you want to mix it well until everything's incorporated. So once all your dry ingredients is mixed, you want to set that aside and get started on your wet ingredients. So as you can see, I added some granulated sugar, some veg oil, and now I'm going to go in with 2 large eggs. By the way, if you guys are interested in this recipe, you can either comment below this video to let me know or message me on my Facebook or Instagram at Sue's Cuisine. Or you can even text me. Either one is fine, but I will be more than happy to give you guys the recipe. Now, as you can see, I'm going in with some lactate milk again because I am lactose intolerant, guys. Let's not forget that. Please, let's not forget. Very important. So now we're going to go in with some vanilla extract. You know, this that splat. You know that little boy that be like, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. That's like my favorite thing to say ever. Anyways, once your vanilla extract is in, you just want to mix all your wet ingredients together just like you did with the dry until everything comes together. As you can see, I was like struggling a little bit. You know, the sugar was really trying to fight back. Like it would not mix at all. Now you want to incorporate your dry ingredients into your wet. So you want to take all your dry ingredients and pour into the wet bowl and just mix everything together until it looks like this. So your batter should look something like this, guys. If your batter doesn't look like this, you messed up and you may need to start over. So once you're done mixing, you want to transfer your batter to a piping bag. Now, remember I said this recipe makes 12 donuts, so you're not gonna put that batter all in one bag. It's just not possible. You can split into 2 bags. That's what I did. But if you put it all in one bag, I'm just letting you know it's not even gonna fit, and it's gonna spill out. Like, it's just, your bag is gonna burst. That's why you always have to be careful not to overfill your piping bag, because it can burst. Okay, so now that you have your batter into your piping bag, you want to cut that tip off and you want to start piping. Now this is where you have to pay attention, because you do not want to overfill your pans, because if you do, it's just going to make a huge mess in the oven, and we do not want that, because then this will just all be for nothing. So please be careful. They should look something like this, and now you want to pop them in the oven at 425 degrees for 9 to 10 minutes, guys. 9 to 10 minutes. So if you want to be like a normal person, you can use a toothpick to check and see if your donuts are 100% ready, or you can be like me and just use your pinky to see if the donut bounces back. Okay, so now once we let our donuts cool in the pan for 5 minutes, we're going to transfer them to a rack and let them cool for 20 minutes. And I'm so happy because my donuts look so pretty. It was my first time making donuts. So now once we're letting our donuts cool, we're going to go in and finish our glaze. So I'm taking that milk we used earlier, and I'm just going to mix it in with some confectioner's sugar. And that's all we really need for the glaze. It's pretty simple, and you just want to mix it until it all comes together like this. So your glaze should look something like this. Okay, so once you're finished with your glaze, you can go ahead, get a shallow pan, and just pour some cereal into that pan, because remember, we do need some cereal for the topping on the donut, guys. So now once our donut has cooled, we're going to go ahead and just dip that baby right in the glaze. Now you can do this once or twice, it's up to you. You are definitely going to have leftover glaze, so you can go ahead and dip it twice if you want. And once you dip it in the glaze, you just want to hurry up and just dip it in the cereal. You don't want to wait till the glaze dry and then dip it in the cereal, because it's not going to stick. Now here is me doing it again from a different view, in case you guys wanted to see. Look at that, that's just beautiful. That's just milk and powdered sugar. So beautiful. Now, if you do want to see your glaze a little bit more, like a little bit whiter, you can go ahead and just put those babies on a rack for another 20 minutes. But me, myself, and I was not waiting another 20 minutes to eat no donut just because I wanted to see the glaze. So I just got right into it and I ate it, and it was amazing. It was the best thing. And Fruity Pebble, I'm gonna need y'all to cut me my check. I don't think y'all understand how beautiful these donuts turned out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week with another video.